We're all set for the 2018 Australian Open men's singles final. It's the finest Croatia has to offer, and Marin Cilic
ready for play, first set.
Looking for his second major title against the very best in our sport. And Roger Federer looking for number 20.
Please.
Cilic won the toss and elected to serve first. Mark Petchy alongside me, Rob Koenig. Sit back, relax, and enjoy, folks.
Love.
A lot of ball bounces early on for Cilic. I just want to settle those nerves.
That was one of the big numbers in the Wimbledon final as well that Roger was able to do, was find that backhand off the first serve return. Prior to coming into that final, 71% of his shots off his forehand. Cilic, that's going to do a lot of damage, as we see. That's a pretty heavy win protector, I've got to be honest, in this kind of scenario. In the Wimbledon final, just 50%. So he can't generate as much pace as quickly off the backhand side. So, and he doesn't have quite the same options when you hit your forehand as your first shot. So that'll be something that Roger will be looking to do as well as he did then.
Shot that was so important to him last year, wasn't it, Margaret? Backhand return. He flushed it against Nadal on so many occasions and stayed really aggressive.
He's got to be careful with that. Even in that match that he won in the US Open back in 2014, 100% of his second serves went to Roger's backhand on the juice side. Did not take one out, and you know, I think that's where Ljubicic is going to be looking at making an impact in this match strategically.
Cilic challenging the call on the left far sideline. Ball is cut out.
This could be crucial. Huh? He gets a first serve if this is in. Federer hanging around at the back here, certainly not convinced. Did look like it was travelling wide in the air, but did it drop fast enough?
Oh, 10 mark. Sometimes those miss hits
replay the
have
points.
a little extra spin on them, don't they?
I wouldn't know, Robbie.
I know all too well. Have a do-over, break point again for Federer. Surprised he took that out the air, given the height of the long, intelligent tennis from Roger. And he draws first blood.
First game.
Nothing special.
Nothing special, except he made it a pretty decent return off a 198 serve out wide. You know, I mean, Cilic has options on that serve, and Roger's so adept at blocking the ball back. I think if you look at Ivan's face after that missed smash, he was thinking Federer, that was a nervous overhead. He should have let that bounce. He was trying to be courageous, but with the roof shut, I don't think did he play the other night with the roof shut? I don't think against Nadal. So Roger also had that benefit when he took on Chung.
15 love.
That's one of the reasons Federer is so good early on in the match. The ability to make it play a lot of balls and then able to back it up quickly.
30 love.
With his serve. It's one of the most accurate our sport has ever seen. A combination of serve and forehand. It's bought some nice real estate in Switzerland.
Love.
Showing us that he's got plenty of variety too, Mark. Mixing things up early. Testimony to the match that he's settling into the match nice quickly.
Again,
Federer. There's a Federer special. Got to be around.
Federer leads 2 games to love.
60 or 70 seconds to hold. It's just that. Early hits this little half volley action. Look at the shape of the ball too. So well balanced. It's one of his greatest assets right there. His ability to take time away from opponents. Off to a flyer here, 2 love.
There's that return swiftly into the backhand side, and keep an eye on those numbers for Cilic in terms of how often he can produce the type of tennis that he's used to producing against most players.
Not
love 30.
What he would have wanted. Coach bottom right there, Ivan Sinkus would be a little worried. Yeah, this one has started. Concerned looking Cilic box.
Love 14.
We often said a double break is more than enough for Federer usually to secure a set. These are almost virtual set points, one would suggest. He's got 3 of them.
Yeah, I think it's an important shot for him, and talked about his forehand going down the line a little bit too much in the Wimbledon final. Didn't do enough with his backhand in the Wimbledon final. In fact, started going cross-court to cross-court again, being a little predictable. Federer was able to get around his backhand and start hitting forehands because of it. So good to see that early on.
Again, Federer. Way too many unforced errors early doors. Roger Federer has already got this match by the scruff of the neck.
Federer leads 3 games to love.
3 love in just 9 minutes. Mark, what do you say? I got a message from Slavan in Croatia, and he says, how much can you look into that Wimbledon final? Because my boy from Croatia was so injured. He knew that coming in. He was heavily impeded. Don't those numbers really go out the window?
I don't think so, because I think that that's how Roger has a good head-to-head record against him. I think that, you know, it's just an illustration of what he's capable of doing against Marin that others aren't. You can already see, pretty sure, apart from the off backhand return that he hit for a clean winner anyway, the other 3 second serves he's had so far have all gone to Marin's backhand. You know, he's so good at finding it, and particularly off the return as well. Already we see off, you know, the backhand miss. He's just good at finding opponents'
Thank you. Seats quickly,
weaknesses.
please. Thank you. Ready for play, please.
Roger Federer comes into the final not having lost a set. 3-love up here.
$15.
Says Roger, crushing some forehands.
$30.
But I don't mind that play from Cilic, even though he's lost it here. He's finding his sort of timing. He's looking to do something, but you know, that's just where you got to say too good. The problem at the moment is he's not being able to defend his backhand side of the court.
40-love.
Nicely done.
40-15.
Even with good depth, Federer still not giving up much court on the baseline. Always trying to take it early.
Again, Federer.
Got a coach there from Roger. He wasn't trying to hit it too hard. He knows
Federer
he's in
leads 4-love.
a good position. It's going to take something special here from Cilic to hit a winner. Not only does he play the percentages so well, this Roger, but he also defies the odds so well.
And this is a free game from Roger. You'll see him just
15-love.
do a few different things here, make Cilic think that that's a potential for down the road, and then he'll go back to basics, I would imagine, when things start off even in the second set. So this is where also it's part of the bigger plan, the bigger picture, is just to keep confusing Cilic. And we always think that a big server like Cilic has an advantage, but you look at
30
Roger's record over players over 6'4". He's won 130 and lost just 29, courtesy of the website Tennis Abstract. So at ATP level, even the tall, big servers generally come up second best. It's not such an advantage. You've got to have more in your game.
Backhand of Cilic is so solid.
30-15.
So it looks, sorry, Robbie, I was going to say, it looks to me like he's trying to pull it too far cross court. He's so scared of Roger running around it that he's looking for the sideline.
Already, of the 10 unforced errors he's made, Mark, half have come from that backhand side.
30 all.
Federer keeping it tighter than a taxman's purse. Just the one unforced error. Precision tennis.
40-30.
Conventional wisdom would suggest you can't beat the best players at the back of the court, and he's not taking Roger's racket out of his hand at the moment, so that's the next best thing for Cilic. Change up the pattern of some of these rallies.
Again, Cilic.
Finally, Marin gets a meaningful digit alongside his name. He's up and running here
Federer
in the
leads
2018 men's singles final, but it's all Roger Federer, 4-1, first set.
Well, it's a game that will settle him. I think it was pretty much a free game as well from Roger in terms of his application towards it. He'll be more than happy with how this opening 5 games has gone. Timing the ball superbly. No real worries in that regard.
Australian Open, of course, is the most successful major event in terms of matches won for Federer. He's got a 93-13 win-loss record here. It's incredible. Wimbledon, of course, is second best with 91 wins there. This has been a happy hunting ground for the Swiss maestro. 4-1. To lose a point when that first serve goes in. 6 out of 6.
It's the right shot if he can just take a little bit of positive from it, that he's starting to generate a little bit of pace off that particular wing, as long as it doesn't erode his confidence on that stroke by missing again. He's got to keep his self-esteem high out here in Marin Cilic. You can't start getting suffocated by the occasion and what's happening to him.
Again, Federer. Federer leads 5-1.
Already a third of Roger's serves unreturned.
Cilic just challenging the call on the right center service line. The ball was called out.
Did it have enough side spin on it? Ooh, looks good to me. Yes. Line-licking serves always enjoyable. Second ace. Third ace, excuse me, for Cilic. To wave the Wilson wand.
And I mean, it's great. It's great. Even though he's missed this, he's feeling it for a bigger moment. You know, he's got the luxury here of being up 5-1, and now he's expanding his game, looking for those touch shots, which he might need if Cilic can keep things tight in the second.
Again, Cilic.
Good length.
New ball, please.
Good hold. And it's still Federer in set number 1. He needs 5 games to 2.
And again, I was just going to say, he's swinging and, you know, looking for something, a little slice. This is, so many players are so worried about winning every point, especially if you were coming in for your first major. That's exactly how you would approach this opening set, and that is, you know, one of the hardest things for Marin. Even though he's got a major under his belt, he doesn't have another 18 like Roger, who I do feel is very comfortable. Obviously, desperately wants to win, but I don't think it's got the same sense of importance as it does for Cilic tonight. He might be a favourite, and that might, in some people's minds, say that he's got more pressure on him. I think he has way less pressure on him.
Now, his numbers here in Australia are phenomenal. Federer, he has been tough to beat on second Sunday. He's 5-1 in Australian Open finals. It's the one loss, of course, that was against Rafael Nadal. We're going to close out the opening set.
15-0.
2009. Lost a 6-2 in the fifth on that occasion.
Well, he had an inch.
15-0.
And he found that particular inch. That was an amazing shot from Cilic. Well, for
30-15.
a guy that's obviously a lot shorter than his opponent tonight, that serve is much better than Cilic's. Cilic's serve out wide didn't have the same cut as Federer's does.
Aces number 2 and 3 placed with geometric precision. 2 set points.
Game in first set, Federer.
And a clinical opening stanza from Roger. He wraps up set number 1 in just 24 minutes. 6 games to 2.
Well, it was perfect in every sense from the get-go. He kind of knew what was coming. Not entirely sure that Cilic came out with the best game plan, to be honest, but he was obviously a little bit nervous early on, and unfortunately that contributed to that early loss of serve in the opening game. And once he allowed Roger to settle, it was always going to be difficult. Accuracy is there on serve.
I was a little disappointed with Cilic in that opening set. I expected a little more from him, Mark, I must say. Yes, it's a big occasion, but he's played some big matches in his career. But it just goes to show, playing Federer in a major final, it's a different kettle of fish. Quick look at the numbers.
Obviously, I'd like to raise that somewhat, Cilic, 52%, but you know, the biggest problem for him is that he's only winning 55% of them when they go in.
Seats quickly,
so
please.
That's a huge problem.
He was able to beat
Second
him
set,
in New York.
Cilic, 2-serve.
First serve was highly effective when it found its mark. It was in the mid to high 80s.
Please.
First serve points won. Wipe the slate clean now and focus all his efforts here on set number 2.
love. Love. Love.
It's more like it. Always nice when you can get those 3 points on serve, as Mark was highlighting. That was key to him when he played so well in New York, 2014.
Again, Cilic.
That's a better start for Marin.
First game, second set.
He's up and running early doors here in set number 2.
Yeah, it was a nice solid start. He made obviously a lot of first serves in that particular game. And hopefully that will allow him to settle a bit on the returns, because obviously that's been crucial. He's barely been able to get himself into a lot of the Federer service games, or even get into points where he can actually impose himself to any degree. But maybe that was just the bout of nerves he was suffering.
There's only 2 points against the Federer serve thus far.
Good team, though.
Of course, Federer told a nice story when they crossed paths on holiday in December in the Maldives. And I wonder if Roger was bringing out that serve then, or was he just keeping it in the locker for later stages, Mark? Happened to be at the same resort and got in touch with one another eventually. They didn't want to disturb each other. But eventually Roger said, hey, what you doing? Let's have dinner. What about a hit? Marin said, love to have a hit. And they had 2 practices in the off-season. No one around, no coaches, just the 2 of them.
Interesting times now. If you are feeling a bit nervous, that's a good place to go. Up the middle with a bit of pace over the low part of the net.
That is very nice.
15-14.
And to have the confidence and belief to do that, hit that backhand down the line, as we highlighted, was important in the match at that particular stage. Says a lot about his growing confidence in this match. 2 break points.
Serve is a joke how good it is.
30-14.
Literally hitting it on a dime.
I would have thought that Marin maybe should have covered it on that side. However, this side he's missed both serves out wide on the ad to the Marin's backhand tee. He's gone there again, so clearly feels as though that's the weaker side.
Still early stages of the second set. His inside in forehand is so good. Guy shuffles, makes space to get around the ball initially.
The forehand was
advantage
Federer. I would say though that the second serve at 169 into the forehand of Cilic was the thing that kept the tall Croatian quiet in the point.
Again, Federer.
Important hole that proved to be for Roger.
It's always been a slight mystery to me, given his height, why Cilic's drop-off on his second serve is so big compared to other players. And I know it's not always about pace, it's about accuracy, as you saw that serve into the body. But in this tournament, they're both 188 Ks on average on first serve coming into this match. Fed, though, 160 on his second serve, 100 miles an hour. Cilic at 149. Taller guy, good motion. I don't know why he gives up so much pace and gives so much more time to his opponents. Every serve on this due side on his second, again going into Federer's backhand.
Just too predictable, Mark.
Well, I think so. You know, the only thing he got away with there actually was it was so short. I think it sort of came up and, you know, Federer hadn't quite banked on it being that short. So I think he's just got to be wary of those kind of plays that become too much of a pattern. And to be honest, Robbie, the only thing I can put it down to is that drop-off in pace and the conservative nature of his second serve is that in himself, he just doesn't trust it enough. Massive improvements, of course, on his first serve that we've highlighted since the end of 2012 when he hooked up with Goran Ivanisevic, but the second serve has still stayed a little bit of a liability.
30-15.
See how high the butt of the racket is up in Roger's hand there. It just makes it so loose on the grip as well. So you can just generate power without having to swing too hard.
Just creates a little bit of extra length and a swing off, doesn't it, Mark?
43.
So it was very much in vogue 10 years ago, I'd say. A lot of players were going with the inch or the inch and a half longer racket, weren't they? Certainly a lot of the smaller guys. I remember the French boys, Grosjean, Clément, doing it a fair bit. Former finalist here.
Deuce.
Chatting about that particular play.
Advantage, Federer.
Courtesy of Borgard. Coming in, he was at 84% of shots hit after his first serve with his forehand. Tonight, 50% and a 10% drop off on his second serve as well. Federer finding that double hander more often than his opponents so far in the tournament. That was a crucial time to find it as well.
It's given him a break point.
Cilic is challenging the ball on the right near sideline. The ball was cut out.
He'd love this to be in, wouldn't he?
He kind of needs it to be in. Federer's walking.
Nice chunk of the
Deuce.
line. Federer fans want everything to go their way.
Advantage, Cilic. Deuce.
Ivan Sinkus, Marin's coach, Slavan Hoth, his conditioning coach, demanding more from himself because those unforced errors getting out of control for Marin.
Advantage, Cilic.
Margaret just caught out by the extra depth on that second serve from Cilic. You looked at the one at the early start of this game and how short it was. That one, there's probably about a 3-meter difference, and he didn't really make the adjustment there, Federer.
Deuce. Advantage, Cilic.
Percentage players to go with the inside-out forehand, but just trusting himself here. picking a spot.
Good racket acceleration. He's a bit nervous again right now, and he's lost a little bit of racket head acceleration through the shot. It's one of the great paradoxes in the modern game is because of the grips, if you start swinging a little slower, you actually hit the ball flatter with all the spin we talk about. But if you lose that racket head acceleration, you're in trouble as you are. And Federer does that to you.
Juice.
Look how early he's taken that inside the baseline.
Lovely rotation of the upper body.
Advantage, Cilic.
The longer these kind of games go on, the more meaning they assume. Closing in on 9 minutes now.
Cilic.
Cilic knows that's an important hold.
Cilic leads 2 games to 1.
He leads 2-1 second set, but Federer by 1 set to love. Almost 10 minutes to hang on to his deal there. With each and every passing minute, if he can just try and find something, do something a little bit better, hang on in there. Start to grow that belief that he actually belongs on this court with his opponent.
And I think there was enough in that game for him to start feeling that way, to be honest. He came out of a couple of games there that I think sorry, a couple of points which I think he wasn't in the opening set, and that starts, as you say, to just fuel the belief. I do wonder whether maybe the start was also he wasn't really sure about the tension in the racket. You see that racket coming back out as well. It is very different conditions. Federer again fortunate to play with the roof shut the other night. Talked about the humidity even when he was watching Belinda Bencic play at the start of the tournament about how hot she was saying it was, and then he came out and realized, you know, what she was talking about. So some adjustments being made by Cilic.
Of course, Croatia has had a couple of major winners. We will ever forget Wimbledon 2001.
Especially behind the players, please take any seat for now. Ready for play.
Ivanisevic beating Petrov on that Monday final. And of course, let's not forget Ivan Maioli, 97 at Roland Garros. Marin Cilic trying to separate himself from those two if he could get his hands
15 love
on a second title here, but right now he's got a fair bit of catch up to do. Proper ball striking on that occasion.
I just think psychologically that last game was so huge for Cilic. It's the first time that he's really come through a game where he's been challenged under pressure. Earlier in the match, he lost his opening couple of service games when he was challenged. That one he held strong after 10 minutes.
30-15.
Struggled to find that in his last game. Continues to look for it.
Such an efficient and effective motion.
Again, Federer.
Of course, there's the platform serve, does Federer. He doesn't bring the back foot up to the front foot when he serves. Pete Sampras was similar. For me, two of the greatest servers our sport has ever seen. And I say that because they're not as tall as a lot of other guys that have a height advantage. I get to see a lot more of the serving box. I mean, I'd sound for John Isner serve most days of the week. That thing's not bad. Second serve in particular. Some incredible bounce to it. In fact, the ATP had a Q&A with the players last year. They asked him who had the best second serve, the worst one to face onto, and it was actually Isner's who came out as the toughest to return. That's what they thought anyway. Missed one early on, didn't he, Mark? And those demons start to rear their ugly head.
Especially on this one, he had all the incentive in the world, Federer, to try and keep himself in the rally and force Cilic, as you say, to hit a deeper overhead. But again, credit to the Croatian, went after this, no mistake in the end.
Twice as many unforced errors now for Cilic. That was a howitzer.
30-40.
It's the first time that Cilic actually gone wide. And look at Federer. He's so far in the baseline. He's not trying to run round Cilic's second serve like he does other players at times. So he was there to take it on. Terrific vision.
Good response.
Deuce.
It's a better one.
Advantage
short off the
Cilic.
box mark.
Yeah, and I think these games are so huge, not for Cilic in terms of you know, his own game, but just the fact that he's battling and potentially getting past Federer. Maybe he's still not playing at his best.
Again, Cilic.
3 good serves out wide there on the outside. He shuts the gates on the 5th game, and he leads 3-2, second set.
Because right now, I don't think he's playing well enough to win this match. But if he can keep competitive and somehow snatch this second set, then obviously he's going to give himself that much more time on the court to find his better tennis. So, you know, from his perspective, he's going to be absolutely thrilled. Federer, on the other hand, won't be so disappointed. He hasn't really had a lot of good looks on those break points that Cilic has managed to come up and save.
So Norman Brooks Trophy, that's what they're playing for today. 106th edition of the Australian Championships, as it was called in the early days, and of course our 31st year here at Melbourne Park. And what a magnificent arena this is. What a magnificent facility, always evolving, getting better each and every year when we come back. Players love it.
A
lot of people, that little half volley flick has gone unnoticed. It is so good. A single-handed backhand to execute that shot.
I don't think it went unnoticed for Cilic, because he would be thinking, what do I have to do?
That is so nice.
30 though.
I often say that serve and volley has become unfashionable, Mark, like pleated pants, rollerblades and gluten, but when Federer does it, it looks pretty good. So you're sporting those
40
pants yesterday.
Again, Federer.
That is a Federer special.
3 games on.
Just wanted to know how many more games before they change rackets.
No.
Surprisingly struggling with that serve down the tee at the moment. Cilic on the outside. It's a big serve for him, and he's not landing it very often.
15 on.
And again, because the drop off in pace, you know, Federer doesn't ever feel rushed on his backhand side on the second serve, so he can hold his position. We see a number of times, even against Chung when he was winning, he was running around the second serve of the Korean. It's always been part of his plan at times, but he doesn't need to do it against
30-15.
Timing coming nicely for Cilic. That his fastest serve of the night.
Good body language to go with it.
(40-15). Again, Cilic.
Oh, that's a nice speedy hole from Marin. He hasn't had too many of those. Almost averaging around 3.5 minutes to hold serve, so that will be a welcome one. Gets his nose back out in front. He leads 4-3.
Crucial couple of games coming up here. Crucial quarter of an hour potentially or so for this man. 2 sets to love down in a Grand Slam final against Roger Federer. That is an awfully long way back at any time, but not when he's got one hand, 1.5 hands on the trophy. So for Cilic, this second set is proving to be absolutely pivotal. So much was put on the first set here for Marin Cilic, but that's history. He's got to focus on what he can control right now, and that is grabbing this second set.
Here he is, the man himself, Rod Laver. 2 calendar year Grand Slams, the true meaning of the word. 62 and 69, he did it. That's nice for the first time that I can remember. He's won the first point off.
Look at him. Nets for serve.
Right, it was the first time in the match that he's managed to do that, and again Federer just so good on the defense.
15 on.
It's so subtle it probably passes everyone by, but that wide open stance on the backhand, he just put it up the middle within half a meter of Cilic's baseline, just completely neutralizing the threat. Defense isn't always about ludicrous shots from outside the doubles line, getting yourself back into the rally or hitting magnificent winners. It's about doing the simple things incredibly well, even when you are a little bit under pressure.
On.
No question, this is a half chance. But just mum. Lynette doesn't give much away with her facial expressions.
40-30.
Feeling he's almost not lost a point when he's landed that first serve out wide on the Duke's court. That's how good it's been. Oh, nicely taken.
New ball, please.
Standing tall.
4 games on.
Defends a serve well. This battle nicely poised at 4 apiece. Starting to get to the pointy end of this set now. Keeps the ball kids honest as Federer. Watch, ping it around a lot. young man is on top of his game.
Please.
Interesting to see where Cilic goes on this 4-all first point. He's had a lot of success going fast down the tee on the opening point. That wouldn't have been good enough even if he had made it. No real angle to that. He would have been on the back foot. It's just bread and butter, isn't it? It's a quick serve 95% of the time. It's a backhand. Federer chips. He's occasionally ripped a couple on the due side. He got the back, and he backs himself that the percentages go into his favour.
57% of the points on the second serve in the set.
Cilic is challenging the call on the right far sideline.
He's missed it. Well, in his own
The ball's
mind,
got
he's
in.
missed it. What a volley, though. Credit to Cilic. He defended the situation. Made it as awkward as he could. It wasn't the greatest approach shot.
Could be a very important plot point in the outcome of this game. Different mindset altogether at love 30 when you step up to the line versus now at 15 all.
(30-15). (30-on).
And strength to be able to defend what was a good serve out wide. He looked like he had overcommitted, and yet he still managed to put a racket on the ball, chiseled the second one out, and then was sublime with his third shot of the rally.
On that side, massive in the context of this match. Yvonne Lendl will tell you it's not how many aces you serve, but when you serve them, that really matters.
Advantage, Cilic.
Still ace number 7. very important hold.
Cilic leads
for
5
the
games to 4.
Croat. Leads 5-4 second set.
Well, that was a great effort. It was a lovely final point as well. Nice safe winner on the forehand side. Didn't panic. It was such an important game to get through, but courageous and skillful second serve on the break point down. He knew that Federer would be looking for that serve out wide, the little kick serve, and yet isn't really giving up much ground inside and out wide anyway. So it had to be perfect, because anything less, Federer was still going to be there to rip a forehand return, or at least, you know, get one back into the court, and then he was going to have to build a rally. So credit to Cilic there that he's managed to salvage what looked like a pretty serious situation with some excellent work.
Be the first change of ends where Federer's had a little more to ponder. What if you've been able to get that break? Cilic coming up with that excellent second serve ace, break point down.
Please.
For the first time, a bit of scoreboard pressure for Roger, serving here at 4-5. We'll stay in the second set.
Love the team.
Second double fault for Federer.
Net for serve. $15 on.
Was around that 195 mark, that first serve of Federer's. The fastest, but certainly the most accurate.
$15-30.
Been a really gritty performance here from Cilic.
He's got up the hard hat, hasn't he, Mark? It's 2 more decent points in this game, though.
Net for serve. Cilic is challenging the call on the left center service line. The ball is put in.
I think this one's not going to go his way.
Again, this will be testimony to the accuracy of the Federer serve. How often we see it on these challenges. It's got a healthy chunk of the line.
30 on. Cilic has 2 challenges remaining.
Placed with precision.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, please show respect to both players and don't call out before the point. Thank you. Fault.
Wow. 2 in this game.
30-40.
This just might be the slice of luck and the opening that Cilic needs.
Thank you.
He's got a set point.
Use.
And that was a nervy backhand, I'm afraid, from Cilic there. That was the opportunity, and he knew it was the opportunity, and that's unfortunate for him.
Advantage Federer.
The opportunity diverted his own focus away from doing the right thing. Just didn't stay with the shot. He got caught up in the moment.
Again, Federer.
Federer survives. Saves a set point. We're back on track. 5 apiece.
5 games all.
Yeah, was almost given a route out of trouble there, wasn't he, by Cilic, who arguably could have possibly even hit that backhand that he missed on his forehand anyway, if he had just had a little bit more energy in his footwork, which would have made things a little bit easier.
Love.
Well measured. Federer's used the slice almost 50% of the time tonight, which is up about 15% on his tournament. But that time Cilic, well aware of what was coming, moved his feet very swiftly up the court, made life easy for himself. Federer's so good at adapting to the challenges in front of him.
Love. Again, Cilic.
Perfect response after the previous game. He missed out on the set points.
Cilic leads 6 games to 5.
Steadies the ship. 6-5, Cilic leads second set.
Simple motion. He's actually moved himself a little bit further away on the due side with his stance. He's actually moved closer to the ad side, I think, to maybe bring the tee serve into it a little bit more, because of his height. He still can pop that serve out wide on the ad side. Still not happy entirely with his rackets, which has just been sent off again to the stringer. But he'll be very happy with his application and desire and determination to wrestle this second set away from Federer.
On 14 minutes, this men's singles final has been ongoing. Hasn't quite caught a light just yet. Federer simply too good in the opening set. Cilic well below par, but he's just finding his way into this match. He had a set point in the previous game on Federer's serve. Let's see what this one holds.
Love.
Explosive Federer is on his serve. push with the legs, the ground reaction force is what we call it. So good. Puts less strain on the arm because you've got so much energy that you're transferring through the kinetic chain.
Again, Federer.
Poetry in motion.
But he gets maximum reward for minimum effort, doesn't he? And that's why he has so much control, and that's why we talk about it as arguably the most accurate serve the game's ever seen.
Both players received one additional challenge.
197, but that looks smooth as silk. And because of the accuracy, he takes a lot of the pace out of his opponent's returns as well, because they're always at the extreme of their reach, trying to get the ball back into play. Cilic down 10 k's an hour on his first serve return tonight. Again, Federer has the luxury of more time in the ball for his first shot. It all adds up.
Cilic.
It's a great start because a couple of times he wasn't entirely sure what was coming from Federer's racket, and he was having to move a little bit more centrally in the middle of the court, which could put him off balance, but managed to see it early enough to stay in the rally on his terms.
Net for serve. Net for serve. One on.
Just a couple of siders.
Double digits now for Federer in the ace department.
Both, please. Two-one, Federer.
Pantheon of great shots. Federer's serve is right up there. One out wide on the juice court this evening has been exemplary. I think it's the counterpoint that gives you a lot of confidence, Mark. There's a lot of things he's done well there, hasn't he?
Well, to get an easy ball like that against Federer at the net, he's done everything absolutely right. It's actually been his least successful side as well, serving out wide on the ad side. Federer's wrestled most of the points back against him, so he's going to be even more thrilled about that as well. It wasn't a bad shot, and you know, a lot of people would say, well, that's not a bad ball there from Marin, but what it did do was open up the court for Federer to go either down the line or cross court at pace. Actually handed Federer the initiative, even though it looked like he was taking Federer out of the singles court. It was actually advantage the Swiss superstar.
That is a thing of beauty. Right back at you, says Marin Cilic.
3-on.
Well, you can see from that replay there that you've just been shown, Marin made a move, he made an educated guess. We've seen it already, a serve up around 169, 172, that last one coming into his forehand from Federer, and he took his chance, he gambled, and boy, did it pay off.
It just shows you when these guys have that extra half second on a ball, Mark, how good they are.
You still feel like Federer in this situation, even though he's been so successful out wide, he'll back it even if he thinks
Net for serve.
Marin may be leaning that way now. Showing his cards, he decided to change direction.
Come on. 4-3, Federer.
He's got to make Federer work harder there, hasn't he? He had time to hit this return. Generally more solid off the backhand side. He knows it's not good enough.
Marginally harder for him to play perhaps at this stage though, with him being right on the precipice of being down 2 sets to love. That's not a place that any player wants to be, so crucial at the moment that Cilic somehow finds his absolute best.
Federer challenging the call on the right serve. The ball was called in.
And I believe he's done it there.
Well, my gut feel is more in than out, more. Well in.
5-4, Cilic. Federer has 3 challenges remaining.
Too much wriggle room for Federer now.
Cilic.
And he could be richly rewarded as well for his determination and stubbornness to keep Federer at bay in this second set by getting it.
6-5, Cilic.
Cilic has got a set point now on his own serve. And he'd give a sizable chunk of his prize money right now for a first serve.
Serve well out wide on the outside in this breaker.
He's got it! This matchup and a set apiece. We've got a battle on our hands now, Mark.
Very much so. He's going to be able to relax a little bit in terms of the fact that he's part of this final now. And he's arguably got a little bit more ceiling room to go as well in terms of his game. We saw what he's capable of in that tiebreaker in terms of the quality and depth of the return. We saw a couple of lovely backhands throughout the course of that set, but more importantly was just his willingness to battle as hard as he could just to keep Federer at bay and stop being down 2 sets to love. And he did produce some of his finest tennis in that last period. That second serve ace Will that be the big moment, the one shot that ultimately allowed him to stay competitive and believe?
Ivan and Slavan fired up for their charge. Started to serve much better in the second set, didn't he?
Picked it up, better percentage. He was 52 in the first, 60 in the second. He's at 71%, more importantly, for first serve points won, and he was at 55
Seats
in that
quickly,
opening
please.
set. So,
thank you.
He has absolutely played a lot better. Better with his chances, though.
Thank you. Please take any seat for now. Ready for play. Third set. Federer to serve. Thank you. Ready for play. Thank you.
An hour in the making. Here we go. Set number 3.
15 love. $30 love. $40 love. $40-15. Again, Federer. First game, third set.
Federer so often does. Back on track straight away.
I think he has an amazing mindset, Roger, in matches against players, that his respect level is such that even though he obviously will feel that he's the favourite every time, he's happy for them to go through periods of a match playing well. It doesn't faze him like it does other players. It doesn't overly stress him. It's like, well, they're going to catch fire for a while. They're too good. This guy's going to be 3 in the world next week. You know, for me not to think he's going to catch fire would be absurd. And he just rides that kind of wave until it sort of stops, and then he's there ready to pounce.
So often, hasn't he, Mark? And that's experience, isn't it? To understand when those waves
15.
come, how you handle it.
Yeah, it's experience and it's also ability, isn't it, to be able to take advantage of it. It's not to say that it will happen tonight, because Marin's starting to sort of move through the gears here a little bit, I feel. After these two.
15 on.
I was just thinking that looks like one of those practice sessions.
Sitting on the side waiting for your turn to get on that practice court, and then I just played a rally like that. I think it's happy hour.
Too true. Good.
15-30.
Most incredible angle on a backhand slice. He's got no business making that shot that well.
Well, that's all the squash he played. I mean, he used to play squash in his days off when he was younger. I mean, he had that much energy that he would do other things. I mean, obviously nowadays he actually takes full days off from tennis and utilizes the energy. But he's a big fan of squash. And I do think that some of the shots he's hit, if you learn tennis first, I think squash can help. If you learn squash first, I think tennis is a tough sport. But when I see him flick balls, I think maybe that's where he got it from.
Remy sure is a big fan of his. Good bounce there. Combination of the bounce and the spin.
Entirely sure he meant it to be quite as short as that, but it actually worked out pretty nicely for him. I wonder whether we're going to see Roger with a sabre soon to try and sort of take that short serve on. I think he wants to worry him a little bit. There's still no doubles from Cilic, and he can serve a few if you can put some pressure on his mind on that second serve.
Again, Cilic. 1 game on.
It's a backhand of rich quality. So holding tight to the baseline. Growing in confidence with each and every service hold. Finally, he picks off one of the Federer sliders.
Look at him.
And that's what he's so good at. He's such an aggressive returner, Cilic, coupled with that big serve, that it does make life uncomfortable for players playing against him. That's why I said
Cilic is challenging the ball on the left center service line. The ball was put in.
It's a big number for him because he's used to being quite quickly up on the baseline, taking control of rallies, even off first serves with his power.
Where have we seen that
15 all.
before?
Cilic has 2 challenges remaining. (30-15).
Hey, I'll tell you what, check this one out. You won't be able to get your racket on this one. I mean, I'd be petrified to go back there. It's been well again.
30 all.
Just to get that ball back in play.
Interesting time here. 4 serves, 4 into the forehand side of Cilic. Wouldn't be surprised to see him go there again. Left hand at
40-30,
and it then flattens out.
Again, Federer.
Important holds. Roger steadies the ship.
Federer leads 2-1.
2-1, third set, set apiece. Things starting to heat up here on Rod Laver Arena. backhand down the line that you were speaking of, Mark. It's a beautiful combination of shots, spreading the court so well. Quick to step inside the court, take that ball on the rise, something that Roger, of course, does so very well.
First time we've seen him make the move on the second serve, and there's no doubt in my mind that he's feeling a little disappointed with how he's managed to take points off the Cilic second serve at this particular juncture. 58% points won on the second serve for Cilic.
Set that point up beautifully.
30-15.
Just couldn't apply the finishing touches. His feet weren't quite there. That's why he had to stretch for the ball at the last minute. Just caught it a little late.
(40-15). Again, Cilic. New balls, please. 2 games on.
Defensive skills on show there. Especially given the quality of Roger's return. And he's taken a big cut at that one. Hasn't missed too many as Roger. Exactly 90 minutes. This one has been ongoing. In a thicker battle. Federer looking for his 20th major. Cilic at just a second.
$15 left.
Good depth, coupled with decent pace there from
15
Cilic.
on.
It's a heady cocktail, isn't it, Mark? He's just using that backhand down the line a little bit more now.
(30-15).
You can see how little time you've got to react to such an accurate serve.
40-15.
And then he throws in the variety. I haven't seen him hit a lot of body serves, but he couples the body serve with a serve and volley. Oh, he's vaporized that one.
40-30.
He's taken out the big stick.
Again, Federer.
Second serve. Merkel likes it. So does he.
Federer leads 3 games to 2.
The upshot of that is Roger leads 3-2, third set.
And it's nicely poised, isn't it, at the start of this third set, and felt as though maybe Cilic was going to possibly just gain a little bit more of a toehold early on here, given the way that he had won that second set. But I think Federer's going to be relatively happy with how things have gone so far. He's just quietened the big Croatian down a little bit, who started to play his best tennis. He started to grab hold of a few more terrific returns to serve, just make Federer have to be a little bit more aware of potentially where he's serving, be a bit more accurate at all times. And anytime you can get these great players to think a little bit more, you've got more of a chance.
Especially behind the players, please take any seat for now. Please.
Well, he needs to be at his absolute best here. Cilic, this is going to be, after a point like that, a game that has suddenly got Federer's interest. He's got a very flat double-hander, and it was low, and he had to get the ball up and down very quickly by going down the line. I think he was drawn in. He didn't really have an option. I think he had to come in, but I think going cross-court there on the three-quarter angle was a much better shot than coming in down the line. Federer was waiting for it.
He's in a spot of bother here.
Almost got the sense that Federer had given him the cross-court. He was waiting for it. Inside-out backhand. We've seen a couple of examples of it. You've got to respect the height of the ball that you've got to be able to deliver with it.
He's a couple of questionable backhand. Given 3 break points to Federer.
$15-14. Federer leads 4-2.
Really aggressive on that return. Took up a nice position well inside the baseline.
One first serve in that game.
It's not going to cut it.
No. Well, Federer hasn't done a great job on the second serve, but when it mattered, particularly after the miss on the first point of the game, he sensed that maybe there was a little frailty. It's amazing how he just adapts to this
Look at him.
challenge in front of him in terms of Cilic. Last year we saw him have 0 returns chipped against Nadal in the final here. He just went over it all the time, and off the second serve of Nadal, that is. And look at him tonight, chipping away, being patient, waiting for his moment to try and attack in the rally rather than going big and early off the return. It's not a one-size-fits-all policy at all for Federer. Seen before.
30-15.
The running off your toes, forehand whip down the line.
He's
almost hit that behind him.
Shakespeare
challenge in the ball. The left serve, the ball is coming.
Probably made up 600 new shots in his career. Both geniuses in different arts. And he doesn't fluff his lines there either.
40-15. Cilic has 1 challenge remaining.
Slap bang on it.
No one's ever watched a drop short into net and said it was the right shot, but I don't think it was a bad idea. Just completely underhit it.
Federer leads 5-2.
Got a sizable lead here in the third, 5-2. He's not happy about the tension of his rackets. Just, again, having communication in the direction of his box there.
I still think he's struggling a little bit with the change in conditions in here tonight, with the temperature, the humidity, everything else, and obviously Federer a little bit fortunate to practice indoors. Obviously Cilic practiced outdoors coming in, and Federer had a set and a half against Chung with the roof as well. So if there's any element of doubt in your mind that the tension's wrong or you're not feeling the ball as you have done in the rest of the tournament, this is not a great occasion to have those doubts in. And for the most part, he did a good job of shoving them to one side in the second set. Not sure if they haven't just resurfaced there.
What does the humidity do to the strings, Mark?
I think it does more these days to the ball, to be honest, Robbie. I think that the gut strings obviously do catch a bit of moisture. They get a bit bigger. They maybe get a lisp, possibly, arguably a little less feel if the humidity's in there, but the ball obviously gets a little bit heavier. Maybe he doesn't, and if a player like Cilic doesn't feel like he's getting the ball through the court, he's going to push harder, he's going to swing harder, he's going to lose a bit of control.
One of the greatest of them all, Rod Laver. Won here in 62, of course. Roy Emerson is pretty good in this house too. Emerson, of course, a 6-time winner
15
here.
though.
Most Australian men's singles titles, tied with Novak. Roger trying to go joint top of that list with those two.
30 love.
Rocket Rod, not named because he was quick, of course, but because he was slow in true Australian fashion, like muscles. Ken Rosewell, 4-time champion here.
Yeah, because he was called Muscles.
40 love.
Because he didn't have any. Brilliant. Typical Aussies, right?
Yeah, totally.
Quintessentially Australian, that is.
Yeah. Cilic.
Just what Cilic needed at this stage in the match. A quick hold, get the balls to the other
Federer
side of the
leads
net.
5-3.
And see if Federer can serve out set number 3.
Last game he went T with his first serve.
He's
Just going to see where he changes it up here. Cilic just looks like he's dropped a bit deeper here to try and get balls back in court. Sure, that's the view you want to be giving Federer when he's serving the set out. You almost want to crowd that baseline, make it look a bit smaller to him. There's that great variety. Ace on the second point in the last game, down the tee, out wide this time, and just keeping Cilic so honest.
Just in a different league.
40 love.
Serve out sets and serve out matches. Does it so efficiently. He's got 3 set points here, Mark.
Game in good set. Federer.
That's so right at the top draw. What a way to shut the gates on set number 3.
Federer leads by 2 sets to 1.
Took 29 minutes for Roger to get a 2 sets to 1 lead.
Early on from Cilic, and well, he made a couple of inroads, a couple of dents in defences of Federer in that third set in the early section, but those missed first serves in that game and a quality return from Federer up the middle of the court. And again there, that's the kind of ball, you remember when Cilic went down the line? It's just about picking the right shot at the right time. Federer's been a master of that over the years.
Chris Hemsworth enjoying this one. Some pretty decent seats there. The difference in that set, Mark?
The difference was the lack of first serves, you know, 50% to 81. I mean, that you know, to give somebody like Roger that many looks at a second serve when it's a fairly predictable second serve has to come back and haunt you at some stage. He did, I thought, fantastically well of raising his percentage of first serves in the second set and also winning a few more second serve points, but you just cannot keep allowing that number to exist.
Thank you. Ready for play. Fourth set. Cilic to serve. Please.
Set number 4. Good start.
15 love. love. 30-15.
Hurts him, doesn't it? When it's good, it's obviously excellent, but against somebody like Federer with a little more margin on his shots on both sides, to be fair, he's happy to allow a little more room cross-court for Cilic to try and take the ball on, but how many backhand misses have we seen in that direction?
First game, quick
serve that was. Cilic in such an awkward position.
It is a great return, sir. It was a nightmare for Cilic. There's nothing he really wanted less in that situation was coming in on Rogers' terms. So he tried to do the next best thing, which was to delicately hit that drop shot back, which arguably may have won him the point, but it was as awkward as it was going to get. It's beautiful.
Step there after you won that point.
Well, when you start hitting what most people would consider career shots as your routine, it probably does give you a little lift.
That's why we judge him by the highest standard, isn't it, Mark? Because we know he can do it on a regular basis.
And again, body serve. I mean, he's just throwing something a little bit different in to keep Cilic's thinking out here.
(40-15). Again, Federer. Federer leads 2-0.
He knows that his chance in this Australian Open final is starting to slip away from him. Struggling to hang on to his own serve, let alone impact Federer's service games.
$15. 15-all.
Is a limber wrong step. Blue by you.
Nets for serve.
Reaction. He can only control what
30
he's able to do at the moment of his own service games, and he's got to do that effectively just to stay in touch. Keep the pressure on somehow.
$30-14.
I think we're seeing why he does hit his second serve a little bit predictably, a little slower than Federer.
Please.
Doesn't feel comfortable swinging it out wide or into the body, just wants to hit that serve, and the pressure's building. Hasn't hit that serve well tonight at all.
Mm-hmm.
That's excellent, to be able to just compose yourself and hit through the nerves at this stage when you know you're just hanging on by a thread is impressive.
Advantage, Cilic. Again, Cilic.
And he stays within touching distance.
Federer leads 2-1.
Cilic behind 2-1 and 2-1. I don't understand the reaction there, Mark, because it's not like he's even tested the racket for the tension, right?
Well, he's obviously seen the sticker, Robbie. He's obviously seen the sticker, and whatever tension he asked for is not what the sticker's telling him. That's the only thing I can think right now. And well, because the reaction is just, yeah, it's so extreme that you've got to feel that that's what's happened there. And he's struggling to find his rhythm. He's trying to find his groove, and time's running out, and he hasn't got the equipment to do it with. That's gonna frustrate you.
Well, in a major final, Roger Federer has only ever lost once when he's had a 2-1 lead. He is looking for number 20 today. And, one loss came against Juan Martín del Potro, 2009 at the US Open. Remember, he had a 2-1 lead there.
Thank you.
It really was one that got away. He's won all the other 9.
15 love.
The one that didn't get away was the one that kind of defined his career, the Tommy Haas one. Of course, when he was match points down to Haas, he went on to win that French Open title and complete the set. So he has certainly won more than his expert when he's been in this situation. And some
30
that
love.
have very much been career defining for him.
Love.
63% of second serve points won for Federer. I just wonder whether Cilic would have been better off at times tonight to have dropped a little deeper on the second serve and added a little bit more pace to his return rather than trying to take the time away by rushing himself.
Waving that Wilson wand so beautifully.
Federer leads 3-1.
The amount of spin he has imparted on that ball. Landing like a butterfly with broken legs. Very softly.
I say that about the returning position because another tour player, Milos Raonic, had his best career year a couple of years ago when he was injury-free by shifting his position further back returning, particularly actually off the first serve and adding about 4 miles an hour on his returns and then moving forward. I kind of feel that Cilic is almost getting out position because of his early ball return, which in some ways I totally understand the logic behind it, but it hasn't worked. He's won just 12 points out of 33 off Federer's second serve.
The one shot that Cilic will be disappointed in this evening is that backhand cross court. He's missed it a fair bit this evening. Probably a shot that he can rely on. Too many unforced errors.
40-15. Again, Cilic.
Once again reduces their rears, but it's an uphill battle.
Federer leads 3-2.
Federer large and very much in charge. 3-2 fourth set.
He's just got to continue doing what he's doing right now. Keep just executing the game plan, which he's done to perfection. And of course, in one way, yes, the nerves of winning your 20th major will obviously be there. He won't be immune to that. But at the same time, he's going to have the knowledge that Cilic, desperate to win his first ever Australian Open title, is going to start having time against him, and he's going to have to start playing with less freedom than he is right now. So a combination of factors should see Federer home. Federer. It's the only time that he's actually won at least 50% of the points off Federer's second serve. Every other time he's been below that number. Remember, he's 8-1 against Federer in lifetime meetings.
Lotte him.
Interesting times now.
Love 14.
Federer
Federer challenging the call on the right serve. The ball is caught out.
Federer's challenging this call purely to give himself more time to regroup and get himself ready for what he knows are 3 massive points potentially coming up. There's not
Love 40.
a chance.
Federer has 2 chances to win. Please.
Just been
3 games on.
Lifeline. This time, he has made the most of it.
Well, he hadn't had a good set serving on first serves at all, Federer, and that trend continued in that game. He's down at 38% for this set and 64% overall, so it's really dropped off, and Cilic up till now hadn't been able to capitalise on it.
Cilic is challenging the call on the left baseline. The ball is cut out.
Bed's getting ready to return it.
Thinks it's in. Oh, it's way in. It's surprised the lines person's missed that one. Cross-court from Cilic there.
15 those.
Talking about all the errors that it was leaking. Of the 43 unforced he's made, that backhand has cost him 25 occasions, which is a big number for him.
Really traveled a long way, a surprisingly long way off the net, and he just couldn't make the adjustment. Yeah, it's not a good trade for him, is it, Robbie, when he's only hit 4 winners off it as well?
Too true, Mark. These runs and matches can Cilic where it gets red hot. Just needs that in the next 5 minutes or so to make a big impact in this set.
Please. 30-14.
For the Croat.
In Federer's mind, that was pretty simple. He knew what was coming.
Yep.
And he had to just make his mind up whether he was going to chip again, try and find the backhand of Cilic, or drive it, and he did a good job with the return.
That is exemplary.
Deuce.
Play quality points like that. Break point down. Not a lot of room to maneuver in this match. Says a lot. And to back it up.
Advantage, Cilic.
Serve of that quality really helps the belief grow.
Cilic.
Great way to close out the 7th game. Cilic fans will be delighted.
Cilic leads 4 games to 3.
Saves the break points and he's got his nose back out in front here in set number 4, 4-3.
Well, that was so important, wasn't it? 3rd game of this set, just to kind of knuckle down, stay in it, and well.
Come on, Murky, he's won enough.
Well, as good as and as great as 19 is, 20 definitely, I'm sure, sounds even sweeter. Especially when you've been 2 sets to love up and a break up as well. That is a big advantage. Hadn't lost serve. Time to regroup. He's got to try and just dent the optimism that suddenly is building up around Marin Cilic right now. He's given himself a lifeline, partially thrown by Federer himself.
Fourth set has got a whole lot more interesting in the last 10 minutes or so.
Lofetin.
Yeah, the difference now is that Federer given enough encouragement to Cilic that just making balls to a good length is actually good enough in the last couple of games. So Cilic won't be feeling as though he's got to come up with anything exceptional right now. But he does. One of his best running forehands of the match.
Lofetin.
The fluff off this one, doesn't he, Mark? A power angle, as I like to call those.
And 14.
This is quite incredible. Federer to get back on serve in the 6th game. He's got another break point here. 2 of them, in fact.
certainly thought it was going wrong. Federer was the only person that knew it wasn't going to.
There's that backhand again. Forster rearing its ugly head. Such an untimely occasion. That's the catch.
Right shot, except I think he needed to go in on the diagonal. He needed to be more aggressive with his footwork there, Cilic. He waited for the ball to come to him and had to hook it almost from level with him. He moves in with his footwork there. It's a much easier shot.
Just like that, 2 break points are coming down.
Advantage, Federer. Nets for serve.
To counter everything that Federer threw it in there. He didn't shift off the baseline at all, Federer. He put in the slice, he put in the pace. Outstanding from this man.
Advantage, Federer.
The second serve that was traveling 10Ks faster than the first. Do you trust your best shot in the important moments? You bet he does.
Ace.
There's a little tip of his hat as well, inadvertently, to Cilic's play from the back of the court right now, that he felt that he needed to hit that serve.
Oh, Cilic. Right back in Federer's grill.
Deuce.
Good to see that he wasn't shy in taking that on as well, having missed the one on the break point.
This was the one you were calling for, wasn't it, Mark?
Yeah, it's the right shot.
Federer challenging the call on the left far sideline.
Tough for us to see. Cilic was right in front of us. He's loath to walk to the Jew side here, Cilic.
He wants to stay on the ad. He wants it to be out. And the trip into the cartoon kingdom of Hawkeye tells us it's well wide.
Advantage, Cilic. Federer has one challenge remaining. Please.
He's got it! Is will to win remains undiluted.
Cilic leads 5 games to 3.
I don't think that was ever in question. His tennis at times has been a little more fluctuating than his opponents down the other end, but a dip, no question, from it in the last couple of service games from Federer. And all of a sudden, Cilic's game has proved to be more than a match.
Serving for the 4th set.
Cilic just challenging the call on the right far sideline. The ball was called out.
Oh, this is interesting. It should be, is it Cilic's point?
First serve.
No, Jake Garner thinks that Federer had a play on it. I'm of the belief that on a first serve, you're rarely put off by the call from the lines person when making contact with the ball.
How good is that? Exquisite from Cilic, great vision.
Good team though.
Earlier on in the match, he was trying to maybe hit that a little too hard, but that time used the pace that Federer gave him. I think most umpires would agree with you as well.
Passage of play for Cilic, yes. And Federer has thrown him a lifeline, but you've got to make the most of those opportunities.
And he's certainly doing that.
40 love.
Best serving percentage of the match from Cilic. Conversely, the worst from Federer.
As a result, he's got 3 set points.
Oh,
Going the distance here on Rod Laver Arena for the 2nd year in a row. Cilic wins the 4th. 6-3.
2 sets all.
Fasten your seatbelts, folks.
Well, he obviously got a helping hand, but still massive credit to Cilic there for producing a terrific set of tennis. And, well, he outplayed him for my money in the last 4 games off the ground. Take the serve out of the equation, which Federer lost his rhythm on it, no question about that. But the most impressive thing was that Cilic hit the ball as well as he did from the back of the court. And that one game just to stay in touch in this 4th set when he was on serve, when it looked as though things could get extremely bleak for Cilic in terms of his future contribution to this match, proved to be the most important after all. That was glorious. Suddenly a flow and a rhythm that he hadn't been allowed to express more than anything. And that looks like a man that believes he can win. First time we've really looked at and seen that kind of emotion in Cilic's eyes.
Well, it's been no secret that the respective players have served well. They've won those sets, Mark, and once again a massive differential. Cilic very effective in landing that first serve, and when it went in, he only lost a handful of points behind it. Federer, on the other hand, well, he's going to struggle when he's only making 36% of first serves. First time he's been broken twice in a set. Absolute delight for Croatians.
He's got too much respect for Cilic, Federer, to get complacent in it. You know, 2-1 and a break up, having not dropped his serve. I think that was more of a dip of energy more than anything else that contributed to that significant and swift change in the direction of the set. And he'll be buoyed by that as well. Didn't flinch at the US Open in 2014 when the opportunity came, and now he's got himself level pegging here with 1 set to go. He's going to fancy his chances of carving his name into that beautiful trophy.
Two hours and 33 minutes. It's been a little bit of a roller coaster ride. Both playing well in patches. 2018 Australian Open men's singles title will come down to a 1-set shootout between Marin Cilic and Roger Federer.
Please.
Who will the force be with this evening?
$30 love.
He really does have the feel of the conditions right now. Something that he was really seeking, you felt, for the entirety of this match up till now. Whether that was because the roof got shut, the humidity, who knows? But right now, this is his best passage of play. Federer's got to be careful.
People have been critical when they judge Federer, Mark, is that his 5-set record is perhaps not as great as everybody would expect for somebody who's achieved so much in the sport. 29 wins, but 20 losses going the distance. Cilic a healthy 27 wins and just 12 losses.
In that record and see who the people are that have even had the capability of taking him to 5 sets before we judge too harshly.
This is good tennis once again from Cilic.
Deuce.
That's his best backhand. That is not an easy ball for Cilic to hit as hard as that.
Great spin control.
Advantage Cilic. Deuce. Please. Advantage, Cilic.
So impressive from Cilic that he's kept this momentum going here. The quality of his tennis after the end of that fourth set.
Position.
Deuce.
No surprises there. He's going heavy to the Cilic forehand.
Advantage, Federer.
Well, that looked like an arrow that was going to hit its mark as it left Cilic's strings just wide. Federer living dangerously.
Box. The ball was caught in.
Jake says
good,
touching.
Yeah, he said touching.
Nice. Good umpiring.
Federer.
Shake of his head.
First game and final set.
Cilic
has two challenges remaining.
Let's not lose sight, actually, of just how majestic that shot was. They're happy he's held on to his serve, but the quality of that shot after that rally was just off the charts. That is why he's one of the greatest. The mementos he leaves you from every single contest are like nothing else.
Very important hold in the context of this match. That was from Federer.
Please. Thank you.
Fighting off 2 break points.
Replay the points. Federer's challenging the call on the right serve. The ball was called in. First serve. Federer has 2 challenges remaining. Good team mode.
And you can see Federer from speaking in German to having a little bit of a go there and venting. But he recognises he went a bit flat in the fourth and lost the energy. He's trying to find it from somewhere else at the moment. It's not always easy to find it from positive energy. Sometimes you do have to dig into the negative energy sector just to get yourself going. Look at Federer's 5-set record that people talk
15
about.
on.
The only person that I can see in there that hasn't made it to the top 10 is Christophe van Garcia from Belgium in the Davis Cup back in 1999 that he lost a 5-setter. Everybody else has been in the top 10 that he's played. So, I mean, it's a pretty serious list of people that have managed to beat him in a 5th set. It's not been that he's been losing to people that he shouldn't really be losing to. We all know that was a top 10, Thomas Enquist, Tony Haas, 2 in the world. Now Bandian, we all know his
15-30
qualities. Leighton Hewitt, #1. Safin, double major winner. Nadal, Djokovic, Del Potro, Tsonga, Murray, Raonic and Gulbis. Raonic on grass as well. There's certainly no easy proposition.
But I think what it says, Mark, is that if you are able to take him
30
deep,
on.
you've got a decent shot at beating him. The big question is, can you take him deep?
Turn from Federer that had nothing on it, and he had to generate an awful lot of pace of his own there. Too many driven backhand returns from Federer off the outside. He's chipped a lot of them back. Again, sensing that he's got to introduce something else to proceedings here and just throw Cilic off kilter a bit.
Federer's challenging the call on the right serve. The ball was caught in. Advantage Federer.
Challenge right. Cilic in the previous game having 2 break points, unable to get it done. Federer gets a look at 1, and he makes it count.
And you saw the steal, didn't you? He found a way to throw some gasoline on the fire. It went a little quiet in that 4th set when Cilic started playing well.
Lopetin.
He's going to have to think his way through these service games. They're not going to be easy. I wouldn't be surprised to see a couple of serve and volleys to try and change the pattern up a little bit.
Nets for serve. Fifteen on.
to
30-15.
That was sensational. That was exactly what Federer wanted here. Couldn't have played any better. Looked like he got everything covered. He made a perfect split step, Federer. Outrageously good from the Croatian. I was going to say he's dropped a little bit in that fourth set on his second serve pace, Federer, but that was a deliberate change of pace.
I almost thought it was a miss set, Mark.
Deuce.
Look, I can barely look.
Come on!
After so much success. She is still as invested as her husband in the outcome of this. And he delivers the perfect response. 201 down the tee. That simplifies everything for him.
Here in the fifth. 3-love, he leads.
Please. Folks. love.
Every service game now for Cilic is must win. who
30
can hold,
love.
get the balls to the other side of the net. It'll be for him. Focus all his energies on trying to break Federer.
$40 love.
Yeah, very different focus on Federer's face compared to the opening set, when he kind of felt like he was well within control on his service games. He could kind of be a bit more flamboyant, a bit more expansive. He's looking for the break here, and he's got nothing.
Game, Cilic. New balls, please.
Big old confidence builder for Cilic. He's been tight in this third set.
Federer leads 3 games to 1. Ball change.
All Federer. He may be 3-1 up, but he's only won 2 extra points than Cilic in this final set so far. Cilic has probably been playing well enough to be leading 3-1 himself. He just hasn't done it at the right time.
So true. And they had 2 break points. And Federer's first service game of this set wasn't able to convert. Cilic.
Just more
30 love.
To his second serve tonight. 162 into the body. He's had a little bit of everything down there. He's had a 172 into the forehand on the outside. Again on the, just arguably a little more predictable from his opponent.
40 love.
The last 2 first serves, he was serving a volley. He didn't need to though on that last one.
Federer leads
And he takes a
4
4-1 lead in this deciding set.
Well, they've been through it all. They've had the success. But they also know, and certainly Severin, Mirka and Ivan know, the difference between winning and losing can at times be 1 or 2 points, and that has been the situation that we find ourselves here in the 5th set. Federer has managed to do that early on. Yet to break the resistance of Cilic though, that's for sure. He looks as though he'll be defiant to the end.
Well, there's been plenty of entertainment in the last 3 hours. So these 2 guys have been going at it hammer and tongs. And we're getting to the sharp end of this match. Federer 2 games away. Cilic trying to reel him in. He's got to take care of his own deal here, though.
Love 15. Love 30.
Did he catch Federer out of the corner of his eye, out of his peripheral vision, moving that way, and suddenly felt as though he had to hit a little tighter to the line, a little closer to the top of the net?
I think so, Mark.
Out. Cilic is challenging the call on the right near sideline. The ball is caught out.
If there's one serve he really hasn't hit well tonight, it's the one down the tee on the outside. It's really sort of shrunk the service box for him. Federer's made so many backhand returns when he has hit a good serve out wide.
Cilic has one challenge remaining.
2 huge points right here.
Net for serve. Federer leads 5-1.
Federer is in firm control.
Thank you.
Serve for his 6th Australian Open title.
15 love. Net, second serve.
Federer, 3 championship points.
Please.
Sensational six for Federer down under. He took the scenic route, but he's got there in the end. A winner against Cilic. 6-2, 6-7, 6-3, 3-6, 6-1.
Mesmerising moments and magical memories, obviously, for Federer and his camp. What a journey it has been since his first ever major title in 2003 at Wimbledon against Margaret. 20 major titles. And it's hard to believe that he's captured that much success playing the kind of tennis that is so exhilarating, which is so high risk, and that so many fans around the world have embraced over the years.